Okay, so hi guys. I am redoing my Twilight Princess glitched run. The main reason for this is I wasn't very happy with my last attempt, so I'm gonna try and redo it with hopefully better audio and better visual quality, and hopefully I can explain some of the glitches in better detail. Okay, so first things first, there's no point naming your character because the very first glitch we're gonna do will reset the character's name, so there's no point entering a name. Okay, so as you're gonna see, I'm gonna skip as many, like all the cutscenes pretty much, or as many as I can, because this is kind of a speed run, but it's also a tutorial, and tutorials I can't be asked to show cutscenes in. They're just too long. Okay, so the first glitch requires us to pick up this rock and take it towards the gate. And then we can do what is called back in time. So yeah, we're gonna pick up this rock and we can place it in one of two spots. We can either have it over here. We can place the rock here, or you can place the rock here. Personal preference, I place it here, but apparently it's quicker to do it on the other side. So you're going to stand at this sort of angle. You're going to hold L to target, and you're going to side hop, and it's going to push you up into the wreath. So we're going to stand here and side hop. You'll get up like this. Now you're going to want to roll into this pillar, but you want to be this sort of angle so it knocks you out onto the bridge, like that. Okay? If you get knocked back onto the other side, it's not a problem. You just reposition the rock and just try again. There's no real reason to not continue trying it. Okay, so now that was the gate clip to get onto the bridge. Now we're going to do the first actual proper glitch, which is going to be called back in time, as I stated. To do this, it involves falling into a void and pushing reset on your console. As you will see, this will load the first cutscene you see when the game starts, with Link on his horse in Hyrule Field. Okay, so the time for this is very specific. It's quite tricky to do. You're going to want to jump off and push reset when Link is at the highest point of his jump. If you've done it correctly, you'll slightly see his arms start to raise just as the game fades to black. So, okay, let's try and do this. I think that might have been it, but that wasn't. Okay, that's fine. I'll go for one more attempt. And as you can see, because we didn't save the game and we reset, the file is gone. So, that's not a problem. If this happens, you just try again. It's no big deal, really. As I said, the timing is quite specific, and you do get used to it after a while. I haven't played this game for a long time, so my timing isn't perfect, so yeah. So you just pick up this rock. Also, I will be rolling a lot, so that's because that's the fastest way to move as Link. The fastest way to move in the entire game is on Epona, followed by Wolf Link dashing, followed by Link rolling. So I will roll as much as I can. Just place it here. That was a good one. Hopefully this doesn't knock me back. Ah, perfect. Alright. You can jump off any point in this bridge. I just do it in the middle because I've always done it in the middle. Okay, let's try and do this again. Hopefully that was it. Could have been a bit too late. Oh, no, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to unplug my controller, unplug it back in, because it resetting for some reason screws up the controller and makes it so you're continuously walking even if you're not touching the analog stick. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to jump off, and that is going to kill you. And now you'll see your infantry has spawned, and you can now use your sword and stuff. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to save, and you're just going to save over the blank file. Okay, great. Now you're going to... actually, I meant to push no, but I'm just going to reset by holding Start, B and X. That's how you do a soft reset quickly. Okay. Now, we're going to load up the save file. And as you can see, we're now in Farron Woods. And we have the Orden Sword and the fully upgraded Hyrule Shield. But they're not actually in our inventory. As you can see, there's no items. Although we will get to that problem later. Okay, so the point we're at now is we have to go rescue the kid and the monkey. So the first thing we're going to do is go get the lamp, or the oil lantern, should I say. Just going to talk to him. He gives you a lamp, lantern. Don't know why I'm calling it a lamp, but still. Okay. Just equip that. And this part pretty much plays out like normal. You don't want to interact with that because that wastes time. But anyway, yep. Found the wooden play sword. That is fine. If you're good at navigating your way through, you don't need to pull out your torch as that wastes time. But I am really bad, so I'm going to just pull it out. Called it a torch, meant to call it a lantern. I keep calling it the wrong thing, but oh well. Yeah, sometimes if you roll too quickly, even if the web looks like it's gone, it actually hasn't. It's quite annoying. You just bonk. But yeah. Okay, so this area, as a lot of people will know from actually playing the game, we have to go get the key to open the gate. Simple stuff, just same as how the normal game would play out. I'm trying to think whether I should do this as a 3-heart run or not. There's no reason not to have it as a 3-heart run. It doesn't make any parts harder later on. Although it may mean I die a lot quicker to certain bosses, which shouldn't be a problem. One thing I'm going to have to practice is my quick spin, because I'm really not very good at them. For some reason I can't spin the analog stick quickly. It doesn't ever seem to work for me. I have no idea why, but it's no big deal. I'll eventually get it down. Okay, so we're going to use the key on the door, not get hit by him. Now, if you were to play this game with a no reset run, rather than doing back in time, you'd just walk over the bridge and you'd come up here, but you'd have no weapons. So what you would do is a very annoying process of taking them moblins, leading them all the way down to this shop, and having the bird attack them. This bird here. You just lure them into here and he attacks them for you, because he kills them in like one hit. Although that is really annoying to do and takes forever, and I always have trouble pushing them because they never do what you want. So yeah, I just do back in time because this isn't a no reset run. I can do what I want, really. This isn't a category. See, this is my attempt at a quick spin and it just isn't working. I need to sort that out because that wasn't very good. Might need to get a new controller or something with a better analog stick. The thing I've always loved about Twilight Princess is the fact you can skip cutscenes, well, most of them, and the fact the text goes so quickly in this game. It makes it a lot of fun to speedrun, opposed to things like Wind Waker, which is just, oh my god, that game is awful for cutscenes. Okay, so now we're on the cycle 2 for Auden, which means we've skipped getting the fishing rod, the wooden sword, and this is the second goat herding. So there is a really quick way to do this in under like 20 seconds, but I'm not very good, so this is probably going to take me 2 minutes, because I've sort of forgotten the strategy for this, since it's been so long since I last played this. Okay, let's go this way. This doesn't seem like the correct route, but what can you do? Like I said, it's been a long time since I've played this. And then you have the evil, horrible goats that don't go in. They're always lovely. They're the best thing about goat herding. The ones that just want to go the complete wrong direction. Seriously, I don't get why they included this. Did they honestly think this was fun? Did they think this would be a good idea? I mean, luckily the time limit is just irrelevant, but if you're trying to speedrun this and you get this sort of time, you're basically going to reset the run. I think the worst sort of time you're going to get is 40 seconds. If it's any longer than that, you will just reset. Well, I suck, so yeah. Well, it's done now anyway, so yeah. Okay, and now we get to encounter one of the cool things about the back in time glitch. The very first thing we're going to do in the village is go into the mayor's house, because the door is unlocked. And what this means is we can get the iron boots on the very first cycle, which is really useful. Saves us quite a bit of time. The game thinks, because of back in time, it thinks, time-wise, it thinks the kids are in Kakariko Village, just after the first King Boblin fight. So that's why we can talk to this guy for the iron boots, because it thinks we should be at the Goron mines right now. For some reason, he has some weird glitchy thing with the text where you just need to talk to him 5 or 6 times before he lets you wrestle with him. Okay, now this fight is always problematic. You can get lucky or you can be very unlucky. You almost never get both fights go perfectly. Normally one goes really well and the second one's just awful. What happens to me usually is the first fight goes well, and then the second one I go to hit him and he grabs me and he just ruins everything. If I can get another hit on him, this would be a perfect fight. Oh. Great. Well, that's wasted a bunch of time. You would reset right now if this was the speedrun. That's what I hate. I hate when you go to slap him and he just dodges it. Come on, get him off, get him off, get him off. Ah, oh, yes. Okay, so that was pretty awful. If the second attempt went like that and I didn't fall off, that wouldn't have been too bad at all. But falling off was a big problem. But anyway, we have the iron boots and we are all good. Now, where my route will stem away from others is I will go and get the Slingshot, because personally, I like to have it, even though it is absolutely useless and only really has one time when you can use it effectively, and that is when you first enter the forest temple and there are bugs on the vines. You don't have to, but I personally prefer doing this. You really don't need to get the slingshot, but the way the game cycle is, you haven't saved this woman's cat yet, she will still sell you the slingshot. Which makes no real sense, but you can buy it, so I do. Because if you don't buy it now, you can never get it. You can never get this item unless you buy it now. The good thing is, though, we don't have to do any of the target practice with the slingshot. And for some reason, we have a 50 seed one, which I'm pretty sure you don't start off with normally. I'm pretty sure it's only 30. Although I could be wrong, I haven't played this game properly in a long time, so who knows. Okay. Make sure when you're playing you do actually go through here. The amount of times I've walked around the other way, then realised, oh yeah, the gate is shut, so I'll have to walk all the way back and then go through this. It's just annoying. Okay, so like I said, I'd be skipping cutscenes. However, this one I won't, because as you can see, this cutscene is majorly glitched as Epona isn't there. I just find it amusing because they're looking at nothing. But yeah, that's all I wanted to show. If there are any cutscenes like that which have cool things in, which are glitched, I will show them off, but otherwise I will skip every cutscene I can. With this section, there's no way to speed it up. You just have to wait a certain amount of time until it lets you attack the box. I don't know why, but once I had a run kind of die here, because I don't know what it was, but I think I L targeted before pushing Z right there, and it stopped my Z targeting from working. I have no idea why, and it meant I had to reset because I hadn't saved before that point, which really screwed me over. This section plays out normally. You just make sure you do it as quickly as possible. Make sure you don't go for any of the incorrect chains, as they waste a lot of time. Try not to L target too much in this area, because you will accidentally bite on the chains and you don't want that to happen. What I wonder though is why there are casually just spikes in an underground cavern. I don't know why they just stick spikes in the ground. Doesn't really seem very normal, but whatever. I guess if that's what Princess Zelda wants, that's what she gets. I would say spoilers, but this is a glitch run, so obviously there are going to be spoilers in it. So, yeah. I will assume that anyone watching this has already played the game and does not mind having later points ruined. Okay. There is a potential, or there would be a potential 10-second or so skip here if you manage to time a jump right. If you jump here, the floor will collapse in on itself, If you do it just right though, you can land on that part without falling down. I didn't get it though, as you can see. But you can get it if you jump well. Another thing you can do, there's a way to jump really quickly. If a text box appears as you try to do that Midna jump, if you get a frame perfect A tap, you can jump instantly. As soon as she appears where you can jump to, you can go. You don't have to wait for half a second or whatever it is. Here is an example of this. See, there's a text box. If I manage to mash this really quick and get the right timing, you see I jumped before I was normally allowed to. So that saves time. Although that is frame perfect, so that's quite difficult to do. You can also skip that text box there if you are quick, but I am not, so yeah. Sorry if you can hear me mashing my controller, but there's not really much I can do about that. Hopefully it isn't too loud. Wow. Okay, that was really stupid. I did not expect that to happen. I guess I must have pushed A to let go. That was almost really stupid too. Wow. Well, this run's going well. Yeah, if I managed to get that right, he would have jumped at the same time she moved. That's ideally what you want to get every time, but that is, I believe, frame perfect, so it's hard to do. Cutscene here you want to skip. I normally forget to skip it and waste a little bit of time, but that's a big portion of this game, is remembering when to skip cutscenes, and also positioning of where you need to leave, for example. And now I will walk out here, have Midna talk to me for a little while, and then I will save the game, and I will see you in part 2, when we will do one of my least favourite glitches in this game, the one I struggle at the most, which is called the shield and sword skip. We'll talk about that more in detail next time.